up guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing good. So I'm finally back with another video. I have a new glitter polygel kit from Saviland to show you guys, and they're also kind enough to be giving away one of these kits. So the lucky winner will be winning one of these. We'll get into the giveaway rules in a minute. I just want to show you guys what comes in the kit really quick. So the first thing you get is like this little card, and when you unfold it, it has like some instructions, frequently asked questions, and then like some of Saviland's other products. I like how they do the little card thing. I think that's cute. You also get 10 butterfly nail forms and 24 dual forms. If you want to do sculpture nails, you would use the butterfly ones. If you want to do like just where you place the polygel inside of the form and then place it on your nail and cure, you can do that as well. And then you also get a 30 milliliter bottles of slip solution. So this is a pretty big bottle, and this is what it looks like. By the way, you might be seeing a few nail designs in some of my videos that I don't have videos out for yet, but the tutorials will be coming soon. I'm actually pre-recording videos because I'm going on vacation soon and I want you guys to have something to watch. So yeah, no worries. This design I'm wearing in the video will be coming soon. But yeah, you also get a 7 milliliter base gel and a top gel. You also get a polygel brush, of course, with your scraper tool on the one side and then the gel brush on the other. Mine got a little bit messed up, so I was like fixing the hairs, but yeah, it looks like this. And you also do get a 100-180 grit nail file. It's kind of like double-sided. One side is like square and the other side is more rounded, like a regular hand file, which I think is really cool. And then you get like 6 color polygels and 1 clear. So I'm just going to quickly swatch these for you guys. The first color is magenta, which is like a deep red shade. Then we have clear, which is obviously clear. Then we have wedding ring, which is a silver glittery shade. These glitters are pigmented, so make sure you're using like a separate dish of slip solution because glitter will get like all in it, but they are really pretty. The next one is cinnamon pink. It's like a nude pink that you could use for nail beds or like ombres. Then we have royal gold, which is a glittery gold shade. Then we have night black, which is like a jelly black shade, which I really like the fact that it's like a black jelly shade. Then we have rose red, which looks like more a little bit purple to me, and this is what they look like before curing. They're really soft and easy to work with. And this is what they look like after curing. As you can see, no bubbles or yellowing or anything. Saviland has really good polygels, so if you are interested, check the description box. I'll have everything linked down below. But yeah, moving on to the tutorial, I'm doing this set on my practice hand because I have a few other videos to film, and yeah, I'm like getting down to crunch time, so I'm a little bit stressed at trying to get the videos out for this week and film like extra videos, so bear with me. But yeah, I'm applying the base gel. I did prep the nails off camera, applied a dehydrator and primer. And you always want to go in with the base gel after that and cure it because it's going to give that polygel something to grip onto. And don't mind my nails in this video either. They're prepped for another video, obviously. But yeah, I'm using cinnamon pink to create nail beds on the pointer finger and the ring finger. And basically all I do is place a little bead of the color like right up by the nail bed area. And I always like start by like patting the polygel around the cuticle, and then I get to shaping the nail bed. I feel like it's easier to get it like good around the cuticle and then start shaping up the nail bed. I kind of just use my brush to take in the sides and then round off the tip. If you don't get it too perfect, you can always like shape it up with your hand file after you cure it, but I just rather get it good and then like just continue. I don't really feel like I have to do that, but if you ever feel like you do, you can always like shape it up a little bit with your hand file. Next, I'm taking that polygel called Night Black, which is a black polygel. At first, I thought it was a regular black polygel, And then when I was like applying it, I realized it was more of like a translucent black, which I do kind of like more. I like the jelly vibe better. It kind of gave it more of a summer vibe rather than like a dark vibe, if you know what I mean. But yeah, so basically I squeezed out how much I needed onto the nail, and I work it up the sides of the nail bed that I created, and then just kind of like brush the rest of it down the nail and remove any excess. The thing about this polygel is it is soft and easy to work with, but at the same time it kind of does like run off to the sides. But you know, I wasn't too worried about it because it wasn't anything like a little filing can't fix, but it was kind of like going off to the sides a bit. I don't know if it was just like this one particular color, but I had that issue with the clear as well. It's just Saviland's polygels. I think they just tend to be a little bit softer than most polygels. I'm used to the more firm ones. Before I used to like, you know, the more soft polygels, but now I really like the more firm ones, mainly because they like stay where you put them, if you know what I mean. Whereas the more runnier ones kind of like, you know, kind of go off to the side and you have to catch it or whatever. But yeah, it's really not that big of a deal. So after I do this, I am going to cure the nails in my lamp for 60 seconds. Now I'm going to apply that same black shade all over the nail, on the middle finger and the pinky nail. And just be careful when you squeeze the polygels too hard, because sometimes you could get like a little air bubble. But if that like happens, you can just take the spatula and kind of like poke it and continue patting the polygel in place. And I did find that this polygel kind of worked a lot better with the base gel as a slip solution rather than the slip solution that came with the kit. I feel like it glided down the nail a lot easier. Because it was so soft, sometimes it could tend to like stick to your brush a little bit, but with a little bit of base gel, it like goes down the nail like really easily. And I'm making sure that I'm like not making my layers too thick, because I will actually be encapsulating these little like Adidas decals that I have. So I'm making sure not to bulk up the nails too much, because I do have to go over these with a layer of clear as well. So after the nails are cured, I'm going to be taking these little Adidas stickers from Double Dip. If they're still available, I will link them down below with my discount code. But I'm just taking them. They're like little stickers, and you use tweezers to peel them off. The little strips, I cut them into smaller pieces, and I'm placing them like vertically on the nail. I wanted to try something different and encapsulate these. They were kind of like popping up a little bit. probably because of the gel or whatever. So I took a little bit of base gel and you know, put it over the decals and then made sure they were like flat into the gel and kind of like cured them in place so they weren't like lifting up, because you want to make sure they're as flat as possible before you go to encapsulate them. So yeah, I'm just placing them on the nail, and I'm gonna add like bling later on, which is gonna like tie everything together. But I don't know, it kind of gave me like that sneaker vibe, and I really do like the way they turned out. At first I wasn't really sure how I felt about this design, but I really do love the like end result. So yeah, I'm just like applying this last sticker and just making sure it's flat. This one was a little bit more difficult for me to like get flatter, so I had to kind of like hold it in place. And now I'm going to go ahead and encapsulate all the nails with the clear polygel. Applying it to the entire nail, just squeezing out how much I need. This clear only works good in my opinion with the base gel. It was a little bit tricky at first. It was like kind of sticking to my brush. It's kind of like that same consistency as those polygels. They're like more like a hard gel, but it's still like a polygel, so it's kind of weird when you try to apply it onto your nail. I really think these types of polygels are just meant for like dual forms. I think they would apply easier with dual forms rather than tips, but I just prefer to like always use nail tips. But yeah, once you get that base gel on there, it usually like goes down the nail really smoothly. It might be a little bit tricky when you start around the cuticle if you're using like tips. I think if you're using the dual forms, you probably won't have this issue, but if you're trying to do the design like I'm doing, that's why I'm mentioning it, because it could be like a little bit difficult. But once you get it good around the cuticle, the rest of the polygel just goes on really nicely. And if my brush does get like a little bit sticky, I kind of just dip it into the slip solution to like get some of that excess gel off of it, and then I continue like, you know, patting the polygel in place. So I kind of use a mixture of both. I use like the base gel and the slip solution. I didn't really have that issue with the rest of the nails where it was sticking to my brush like that, just really on the first nail. But yeah, as you can see, I squeeze the polygel out and start by the cuticle and kind of just like pat side to side and brush the rest of it down the nail and remove like any excess polygel. Now I'm going to go ahead and start shaping up the nails. I'm using a 180 sanding band. I did cleanse the nails with the slip solution because it's also like a nail cleanser. You always want to get that tacky layer from the gel off before you go in with your drill. Otherwise, it's going to be really difficult to file your nails. And if you do have a little bit of excess decal, that doesn't matter because you can always just like file the sides and it will file right off. But yeah, I'm just going around the cuticle area and like smoothing out the entire nail. I am tapering in the sides so I could kind of get that shape back to the nails since the polygel was a little bit runny. And you know, so I don't have like as much filing to do. That helps if you taper like the sides in. You also want to go along the side walls and make sure those are thin since those are supposed to be the thinnest part of your nail. Then I'm going to take my hand file and just shape up the nails to redefine that shape. To do the stiletto shape, you want to angle your file and file the tip in. Depending on how like narrow you want your tip, you would just keep filing it in. Like if you want your stilettos super sharp, you would just like file the tip in a lot. These, I didn't really make them super sharp. Sometimes I like that look, but for these, I just kind of did it normally. They weren't like razor sharp or anything like that. So yeah, and I do kind of like file over the nail just to make sure everything's nice and smooth. I'm also filing underneath the nail to get out like any extra plastic pieces from the nail tip or whatever. And then I will be buffing over the nails to buff out any scratches. To finish up, I'm going to go ahead and top coat all the nails and then just apply some bling into the gel. Of course, this is a fake hand, so I'm not going to use my good bling gel. But if you want to do this design on yourself, you might want to do that. But yeah, I'm just going to be randomly placing bling. I really think the bling tied the design together and everything. But yeah, after that, I just cure the nails for 60 seconds and then I'm pretty much done. Make sure you top coat the underside of the nails since these are jelly nails. You want them to look really clear underneath. But yeah, I hope you guys like this design. And if you want to participate in this giveaway, make sure you leave a comment on this video. And make sure you leave me like your Instagram name or your email so that I can contact you if you win. And just make sure you subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram, as well as following Saviland on Instagram. And yeah, I will be choosing the winner on Monday. I'll be posting like on my community tab and Instagram, so keep a lookout for that. Keep your notifications turned on. And good luck to all of you guys. Thank you all so much for participating. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. Love you guys.